James Wish Game and Dr. Robert Boy. The timekeeper at the bell, Al Bisick. Counting for the knockdown seconds, Jane Broadfoot. The scoring for this bout will be done on a 10-point must system, and the 3 judges assigned are Glenn Hamada, John Stewart, and Jerry Roth. And when the bell rings, the man in charge of the action, working for the 104th time in a world title bout, referee Richard Steele. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Em-Ji-Em Grand Garden, here at the Em-Ji-Em Grand Hotel, Casino, and Theme Park of Las Vegas, Nevada, somebody's O must go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! 12 rounds of boxing for the super middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white trunks with gold trim and weighing in at 168 pounds. This 1988 Olympic silver medalist has a professional record of 26-0, 23 by knockout victory. Tonight, he steps up from the middleweight division, where he has already captured a world title and puts his perfect record on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, from Pensacola, Florida, introducing the challenger and former middleweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black and weighing in at 167 pounds. He brings his outstanding record into the ring tonight of 44 victories without a loss. He has scored 29 KOs and has 2 draws. And while compiling that record, he has captured 2 world titles. Ladies and gentlemen, from Ann Arbor, Michigan, presenting the 2-time world champion and reigning super middleweight champion of the world, James Lights Out Toни.
All right, I spoke to both fighters in the dressing room. I'm cautioning you again, obey my commands at all times. Shake hands, good luck.
Jim, when we get unbeaten champions meet like this, we often get a kind of creative friction that bursts out into the pure flame. That's what we're looking for tonight.
One quick note, Gil and Larry. I was told late this afternoon by a source I trust from Roy Jones Jr.'s camp that he hurt his right hand in sparring a month ago, has not hit the heavy bag with the right hand for more than a month, has not thrown a power shot at a sparring partner with the right hand for more than a month. So he comes into the ring tonight with the right hand, a mystery to him and those around him.
Putting more and more emphasis on the left hook that does the most damage for him.
He's been throwing triple left hooks in sparring to make up for the absence of the right hand. And he throws a right hand there, seemingly with conviction.
And Jim, you notice when James Toни stalks an opponent, or when he jabs, he has a tendency to drop that right hand, which can be very, very dangerous against a good left hooker like Roy Jones Jr. Here's that quick left hook, again from an unorthodox angle.
Toni has blocked all of those punches.
Jones short with the right hand there. Toni looking confident, if a bit defensive so far. Willing to wait and see what Jones has got here at the outset.
He's keeping his hands up and he's putting pressure on Roy Jones. And again, you can see the quickness of Jones, that side-to-side movement.
Jabbing and hooking with the left hand. Only a couple of right hand shots so far by Jones. Nothing has landed. Toni has been cautious and measured in his approach. Right hand misses for James.
Punch to get out. Punch to get out.
Double left hook by Jones. Right hand was a glancing blow. James Toни told us he would be able to counter because he didn't think that Jones would be able to resist taking the lead in the fight.
Up to this point, Jones has been doing all of the leading.
There's a quick right hand by Jones, and it looked okay there. Jones's quickness, a factor here in round one. He's been able to double and triple up with the left hook.
It wasn't good. He's catching that hook. That's the shot that we're going to take away from him, the hook. When you catch the hook, come back with your hook. Catch the hook, come back with your hook. Keep cutting the ring off on him. Make him miss them shots, especially the right hand. You can twist on the right hand, counter the right hand. But keep that hand. He ain't getting in already, go sit that hook up. You'll catch him clean sooner or later. Way to work, deep breath. Okay, we're ready. So you stop pulling, baby. Way to work. Way to work, champ. Keep control.
You heard Bill Miller talking to James Toни. Watch the left hook. Just watch the left hook. And when you catch it or duck it, throw your own left hook. Good advice, Gil?
Absolutely. If he could nail Jones, if Jones misses that left hook, doing an awful lot of damage. And there's Toni trying to get off that big left hook.
It was blocked by Jones. Toni looking like he wants to open up a little bit more in this round after an exceedingly cautious first.
Don't hold him, don't break. Step back, step back.
Couple of body shots by Jones.
One sounded like it landed on the cuff there, Jim. And again, Toni carries that right hand across his chest. He's not protecting his chin. He got it up there, though.
And Jones managed to thunder one left hook behind Tony's guard, but most of these punches being blocked on the gloves by James Toni.
But again, if he throws 7 and 2 get through, he's still scoring some points. Toni has to punch back.
Toni hasn't found many openings.
And there was the quickness of Jones again. He made Toni miss and nailed him with 2 of those unorthodox punches. They come from all angles.
Right hand to the body by Jones. Finally, James Toni gets through with a left hook to the chest of Jones that drove him back into the corner. Good right hand lead by Jones.
Again, Jones makes a lot of very tactical errors, but he has such fast reflexes that he can get away with making mistakes.
Oh, don't hold him down.
There's that quickness.
Fast hands. Leaping with the left hook. Opened the glove as he threw the right hand to the body. Jones hurt the right hand against Bernard Hopkins a few fights back.
To get out. Don't hold him.
Toni sneaking in the right hand after Jones had landed over the top.
Break, step back, step back.
Again, these two fighters, completely different styles. Tony is just trying to walk in, put a little pressure, physical and mental, on Jones. And Jones...
And the left hook got behind the guard, Gil. Jones wobbled Tony just slightly with that left hook.
Tighten up a little bit. I know that. We got to shorten our shots up a little bit. So when you can catch him when he comes in. Especially when you twist him with the right hand, back with the left hook.
Here's the flurry at the end of the round by Roy Jones. None of those was a clean punch, but they are scoring punches. They will count in his favor. His quickness is decisive through the first 2 rounds.
On his head, let's go. Keep the control just like this. You're doing good. Keep it coming. Stop pulling, let's go. Let's go, baby.
Big disparity in punch output in rounds 1 and 2. Would you tell James Tonie to step up the activity level, Gil?
He's going to have to do something. He can't walk in without throwing punches.
Low blows by Jones. Steele didn't say anything. And still the edge in quickness is decisive, as Larry put it.
Quickness and reflex, Jim. I mean, he makes Tony miss, and he's so quick countering.
Get out the rope, get up.
Showboating by Jones. You tempt fate, I think. Left hook, and down goes Tony.
You know, his seat never hit the canvas.
But they're going to call it a knockdown anyway.
I agree, Larry. I don't think it was a knockdown. He wobbled back, but he did not go down.
Reggie Johnson knocked him down in 1991. This, if it is officially scored as a knockdown, is the second time in Tony's career that he's been down. Crowd on its feet. Jones with plenty of time left in the third.
Up to this point, it looks like that added weight that they put on James Tonie is an albatross around his neck, because he's very, very slow. Or maybe it's Jones is just that fast. But he's being completely outsped in this fight so far.
Jones looks fast against everybody, but he certainly looked faster against Tonie than some might have suspected. Good counter by Tonie. Jones says, come on.
That was Tonie's best punch of the fight. He caught Jones coming, and nothing happened.
Right hand lead by Jones.
Punch to get out.
Unorthodoxy playing in his favor now.
He's fighting with so much confidence, Jim.
Right, step back, step back.
Well, if he didn't use the right hand in sparring, he's using it here, and so far fairly effectively, although most of the heavy metal has come from the left.
Yes, but he has thrown that right hand to set up the left hook.
Sweeping left hook by Tonie.
Come on, punch to get out, yeah.
And more quickness inside from Roy Jones. Good defense there by Tonie, who was able to duck and slip.
Yeah, but it's okay to say no, 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 but they're still scoring points for Jones.
Just a little off the mark. When we can get it on the mark, we take the right hand away from it. Yes, sir. All right. It's just a little off the mark. But when you're going in jabbing, double up on the jab. I wouldn't drop.
Here's part of the debate going on with hand gestures and fists. We don't see from that angle whether Jones indeed went down. Perhaps we'll have another angle that we can see it. Here it'll tell us right now. You see his behind never hit the canvas, Gil.
Absolutely. I did not think it was a knockdown. He did stagger back, but he didn't go down.
Harold Letterman, let's open Harold quickly. Why might that have been scored a knockdown, Harold?
Jim, if the ropes are holding you up, if the ropes wouldn't have been there and you would have hit the canvas, that's a knockdown under the rules.
So in your view, is that a knockdown?
A knockdown for sure.
All right, round 4 begins. And given the knockdown, you've now got at least the possibility that Tony is 4 points behind on all 3 scorecards. Not necessarily, but it's possible.
Well, he's digging himself a big hole right now. We've seen him come back in the past from bad cuts, etc., but he can't get too far behind with this will-o'-the-wisp he's in there with.
You heard Bill Miller tell him to keep throwing the right hand, and he was trying it there, but he missed wide.
Well, in my opinion, he should be concentrating on the body.
Another left hook by Jones. That one didn't stun Tony, but it prevented him from throwing anything in return. Tony just not able to counter effectively, Gil, except for one time so far. Solid left hook there. Tony talking to Jones.
Again, what talking doesn't do you a bit of good. And the other guy's piling up points.
Is he ever?
Tony just looks like he can't get off. Whether it's Jones' movement that's bothering him or the extra weight that's bothering him, something's bothering him because he traps Jones and gets beats to the punch time after time.
Well, there was a good counter right, and he came with another right cross behind it. Jones throwing right hand in left hook combinations and a right hand over the top from Tony. And Tony just beginning to get off a little bit here in round 4.
No holding. Right, step back. No holding. Right, step back. Step back in.
Tony is getting closer to finding the range. Right now, you can just see him getting closer and closer to the mark.
Getting more active.
Break, step back, you hold it.
Good left by Jones as he wound the right hand up. He lands 3 or 4 more punches. The hand speed display continues spectacularly for Roy Jones.
Just unorthodox punches. Tony doesn't know where he is half the time. Where Jones is, I mean.
We're getting a little closer to him now. When you hit him with the right hand, come back to the left hook. Woo! Having fun, baby. We're getting a little closer to him now. The reaching him was long. You hit him with the right hand, come back to the left hook. But jab your way in. Doing what you're doing. Way to work. He's slowing down something.
Harold Letterman, your scorecard after 4 rounds.
4 rounds to nothing, 40-35. Roy Jones Jr. He's really given James Toни a beating so far. He certainly gets an extra point for the clean knockdown in round 3. Roy Jones all the way.
I've got Roy winning the first 4 rounds just as well.
And I have as well.
Tony said to Bill Miller, boy, I'm having fun. Only a prize fighter, after taking some of these punches, could say that.
Give him up, Tony.
They trade shots to open round 5.
But again, Jones landed the last 2 punches of that exchange.
And the first 2 punches there. And James has nothing to throw. Two more left hands.
His unorthodox movement and the unorthodox punches are completely befuddling James Toни up to this point.
Right hand, left hand combination by Jones landed. Toни landed a left in return. Toни starting to snap to it a little bit, but still outgunned in almost every exchange.
Toni has got a punch to the body. Can't. That's where those punches belong. Stay downstairs for a while, then that head will come to you.
If he finds himself so far down that he's got to go for a late round knockout against Jones, that's going to be tough because of Jones's quickness and defense.
And if Jones finds himself comfortably ahead, he can certainly kill the clock.
Big left hook. Big left hook by Jones. 2 left hooks.
Toni pretending not to be hurt, but he's wobbled. Now James lands a right hand in return. Toni trying to take advantage of the chance opened up by Jones's aggression.
Jones will not let Toni into this fight. Toni lands a hard punch. He comes back with 2.
Break.
Roy tried to end it with a right hand right there. Just missed.
Right hand counter by Toni, but Jones was moving away with the punch. Here's where Toni has to get off. When he has him on the ropes, he's got to bank to the body immediately.
He's got to be busier. That left hand landed, but it was a glancing blow.
Talk about unorthodox. He spun around and landed the left hook. Jones is supposed to be the unorthodox guy.
Solid left hook by Jones. And you saw James Toni's head snap to the side again. Toni's got the lug fail out. He's starting to go to work. But Jones continues to box circles around him and land the heavier shots as well.
Jones certainly answered some questions about whether he has the right stuff inside him in that round.
Good. Way to work.
Well, he got nailed with a couple of punches, Larry, but again, he would not allow Toni to take the edge. Right back.
Get it in better. Okay? There you go. You're doing good. The 6th round, baby. Coming in the 6th. Coming. Okay. Here. Coming in the 6th.
Once again, let's watch those fast hands if we can see them, because James Toни doesn't apparently able to see them. There's a perfect example of an unorthodox punch coming when you don't expect it, Gil.
And you don't see it. Those are the ones that really can get to you.
James Toni has been talking about going up to heavyweight. He said the hardest part of every fight is making weight. It's only supposition, but you suspect at this moment that making weight this time took a lot out of James Toni.
I'm not ready to take any credit away from Jones, because what Jones is doing here is just dictating everything on his own, and I'm not sure it has anything to do with the weight yet.
61% landing percentage in round 5 for Jones. 37 out of 61, mostly power shots. It's terrific stuff. Another left hook on the button by Roy Jones Jr.
And you notice that Jones doesn't set things up with a left jab. That's the unorthodox part of his style. He doesn't set things up, and he'll move with his feet and all of a sudden leap in with that left hook, and it's very, very effective. But again, by doing that, he leaves himself open for a split second, but so far, nobody has been able to take advantage of it. Nobody that he's fought. He's so quick.
Punch it, get out. Punch it, get out. Keep him up. Don't hold him, don't hold him. Don't hold him, let him go. Let him go, let him go.
Again,
crackling right hand.
Jones lands the last punch. Last tag. Roy Jones.
Break, step back, step back.
Tony's remembering now to go to the body when he gets Jones against the ropes.
And you notice that Toни just doesn't even try to throw a jab. He just force out with it. But again, it's the footwork and that left hook, that fast left hook.
Oohing and dying with yet another left hook.
Same thing every time. There's no jabs involved. He doesn't have to feint the jab. He just leaps in quickly, gets an angle, and bang, right in there with that left hook.
And if you had told James Toни 2 days ago that Roy could do that, he'd have said, no way.
Get out. Punch to get out. Break. Step back. Step back.
But you're right. He's done it all the way through tonight.
Let's keep punching. Don't time up. Come on. Keep punching. Put your arm back. Break, step back, step back. Come on, you guys, let's work.
There was a question again where Toни was just too slow getting off, and instead of Jones waiting to block a punch, beat him to the punch. He's back in the corner again, and again, who gets off first? Jones.
Halfway through the battle for James Toni's IBF Super Middleweight Championship so far. A spectacular, virtuoso performance by the challenger, Roy Jones Jr.
Get a little closer to this sucker now. Look here. I want you just some of the jabs, some of the hooks you're doing now. Put them inside with it. Instead of outside with a stick. Right, but come through the middle. Right. This time, put a little more pressure. Put a little pressure. We got him on our territory now. Coming into the championship round. Bing through the middle. Through the middle.
Try to make, he's flicking for everything you do. Every time you flick at him, man, he's going for it. All right. Okay.
Although we're only halfway through the scheduled 12 rounds, we're already at that stage where James Toni looks like he's going to have to do something dramatic to get back into the fight.
It would have to be very, very dramatic, Larry, like a knockout. You're counting that knockdown, he's already 7 points behind, and he's got 6 rounds to catch up.
He's done it in the past, but maybe not against fighters the quality of Roy Jones Jr. He was down on points when he knocked out Nunn in the 11th to win the World Middleweight Championship in '91. He needed to knock out Tim Littles in a specific round because of a bad head cut to win that fight, and did it against a fighter who'd never been down or out. So it's not out of the question, but this is still all Roy Jones as round 7 begins.
But again,
solid left. Toni in a little bit of trouble.
Again, Jones is really never directly in front of James Toni. He takes those angle shots, and Toni really doesn't know where the punches are coming from. There was a foul by Roy Jones. Grabbed the rope and used that for leverage.
Right, step back. Don't hold the rope.
And Steele tells him not to do it. James Toni just completely befuddled by Jones's speed, unorthodoxy, quickness.
Again, Toni, he's playing hide and seek with Toni in the ring. It's a square ring. They're both inside of it. Half the time, Toni doesn't know where he is. Yeah, waiting against the ropes.
What in the world can Toni do, Gil, to nullify the effectiveness of Jones's left hook?
The only thing he can do is start banging to the body. When you have a guy against the ropes, don't even think. Throw a straight right hand to the body and try to come back with a left hook. You're going to hit something, even if you hit his arms. But if you hesitate, wait for an opening, Jones gets off first and beats him to the punch. Yeah, you can see Toni hesitating.
Good counter there by James Toni, but it's hard to find a round here that you might have given to the champion.
Punching it out.
What other middleweights could throw combinations with that hand speed, Gil?
I would have to go back a long way maybe to the Sugar Ray Robinson. He can throw punches that fast and that effective.
Work out. Work your way out. Punch. Your hands are free. Pull your arms back, Roy. Pull your arms back.
And remember, this is 168 pounds. 8 pounds up from the old middleweight limit of 160.
Again, Jones comes back in the exchanges. Good left hook by James Toни.
Best punch of the fight for Toни, the left hook that ended round 7.
You hear me? Especially when we're inside. We got to take this one. We're on our territory now. We got to make our move.
Harold, 7 rounds, your score.
Larry, 70-62, 7-0, Roy Jones. I never saw a super middleweight throw 6, 7, 8 punch combinations like he throws. He's absolutely beautiful. The guy in his short pants is kicking the crap out of the other guy. I mean, knocking him from pillar to post. He is the only killer in Pensacola, Florida, who's not a right-to-lifer.
All right, let's watch what happens here on the ropes. Jones seems to have an edge whether Toни is on the ropes or he's on the ropes. His hands, his fast hands, get him out of trouble.
Five rounds left.
So far, both fighters have caught some stiff punches, but they haven't really hurt each other that badly yet. I was surprised even Toni landed a few good straight punches. They just wiped right off of Jones.
I thought that Toni was hurt a couple of times during the fight, Larry. Not seriously, but hurt.
How about now? How about right now?
He's just being completely overwhelmed. And
I think a left hook to the body hurt James Toni badly to set this up. Jones landed a wallop to Tony's ribcage.
Keep him in front. Keep him in front.
James Toni hasn't thrown a punch since that body shot.
And look how cool Roy Jones
Keep him in
is.
front. Don't hold. Right, step back, step back, step back.
Jones has knocked men out with body shots. Glenn Wolfe in the first round, for instance. And now Toni begins to throw again, but
Tried to counter, but again, those reflexes of Jones, just nothing's there when you punch at it.
2 more left hooks right on the button.
And the thing that amazes me, you know, you say Jones is a boxer, he does this without using a left jab.
Both men have dispensed with the jab completely. And this is just going to be a slugfest the rest of the way, isn't it?
James Toni always has had a good left jab. Outside, he proved it in the Prince Charles Williams fight. But again,
he's not using it. He's just walking in, Gil. There he paused with it a little bit. But the snapping left jab is gone from Tony's arsenal. Just walking in.
We thought Jones would move more away from Toni, but he's really been contemptuous of Toni in the last couple of rounds.
Yeah, again, he can go on the ropes. No matter where he goes, Toni just can't hit him.
Sledgehammer right over the top by Toni. Glancing blow. Didn't get all of the target.
Again in that exchange, last tag by Roy Jones.
Toni showing some assertiveness now, but he took a lot of this round off after he took that crushing left to the body early on. There's a left hook by James Toni. And Jones comes back with a fury. And Steele stops Toni right in the middle of his best action.
What is Steele doing? What is Richard Steele
I
doing?
think he thought he heard the bell. And now he does hear the bell. And that really hurt James Toni. comes over to talk to the timekeeper, trying to get the signal straight.
We got to get away from him. We got to get out of that box. We got to do some fighting.
There's Tony in a ring with only 2 other people, and he's looking for the fighter in it.
Round 9 begins. You saw the champion breathing hard in his corner.
Right now, this 168-pound championship belongs to Roy Jones. It's up to James Toни to win it back.
And Bill Miller still hasn't spoken to James Toни with any real sense of urgency, saying, James, you're going to have to do something big. You know, he's talking very, very matter-of-factly. Slipped by Jones, and Toни did not take advantage.
Toни a little more cautious than he's been in other fights. And Jones's left hand has shown us the reason why, over and over. You said before the fight, Larry Merchant, that Roy Jones Jr. was a mystery. How much of the unknown is left now?
Well, beyond any question, he's answered a lot of those questions. It's in his grasp.
Get out! Roy, step back, step back. Pull him back, Roy, pull him back. Pull him back, pull him back, punch him out. Roy, step back, step back, step back.
Looks as if Roy Jones is taking a round off.
He may take the rest of the fight off, Gil.
Punching it out. Roy, step back, step back.
Combination by Jones. Left hook over the top by Jones. Toni trying to stop, but not punching his way in effectively. Short left hook by Jones, the more effective of the 2 punches there. Tony's sweeping left, missed badly.
Look at that footwork of Roy Jones, side to side. Again, last tag by Roy Jones. He lulls you to sleep, and then he tries to put you to sleep.
3 rounds to go.
There you go. Come on, baby. There you go. There you go. You feel that hand up there just like you did. Run it off. Right up there. Put it on his head.
Other water bottle, Ronnie. I'm here hard, man.
Come on, give it to him. Give it to him.
Right.
Give him the water bottle.
Good? We're down to our round. We got to make our move. We got to close the gap. You hear me? All right. Close the gap now. The 10th round, son. We got to have it. I don't need but 9 minutes fighting. I got to have it.
Let's go, yeah. Be first. Step to him, baby. Just like that.
So far, the Mongoose is too quick for the Cobra.
By this time, maybe James Tony's taken off about 7 or 8 pounds, Larry, so maybe he'll be a little quicker for the rest of the fight.
Hard to see so far what he could find that would do the necessary damage to Jones at this point.
Well, one big left hook or right hand on the chin
could help
at this weight. And the other guy can do a lot of funny things. You can just see the quickness of Roy Jones. constantly moving, constantly feinting.
Don't hold him. Punch to get out there. Pull him back. Pull him back. Right, step back. Step back.
Tony, so cool, so non-existent as he gave the first 2 rounds away. Then he got knocked down in the 3rd. And since that time, Roy Jones, to our eyes at least, has seemed to simply pile up the points.
Again, Jones is just such an unorthodox fighter. A couple of times in the fight, when he's against the ropes, he actually pulls his head back, which is a fundamental no-no, but he gets away with it.
Jones again stepping in with that left hook and then gone as Tony looked around to find him.
Right now they're cooling each other off with those missed roundhouse punches.
Punch to get out of there. Punch to get out. Break. Step back. Don't hold the rope.
Again, Tony moves him into the corners and against the ropes, but then he allows Jones to get off first. Yeah, he's chasing, but nothing happens. Let's see who gets off first here.
Come on, work.
That was a dangerous left hook by James Toни.
Punch to get out.
Thunderous right inside by Jones.
Step back.
Jones is looking at the clock. That could be an indication that he's starting to get a little tired.
Come on, let's work this side. Pull him back.
Chopping right hand for Tony.
Jones was moving away with the punch. Wasn't a very effective punch.
We've got to have this 6 minutes, James. All right. Show it to me. Okay, sir. Let's go. We got to have it.
Keep him turning, champ. Don't give him nothing he want to have. Make him find you. Be that needle in the haystack. Be that needle. You got 2 rounds left, champ. 2 rounds left and you the man. 2 rounds left and you the man.
10 rounds, your score.
Larry, I thought James Toни stole the 10th round. Roy didn't do a heck of a lot. 9 rounds to 1, 99-90. Roy Jones, he is so quick. He's moving so nicely, landing so many great combination punches. You just can't take it away from him. James Toni's going to need a dynamite finish to win this fight.
Dynamite is the operative word. He's going to have to throw a stick of dynamite in there to blow this man up, but I'm not sure that would do it.
Well, the only thing, in my opinion, now that can do it is a knockout.
Roy Jones only threw 32 punches in round 10. That drops way down from his previous punch output. It was in the 11th round when Tony scored the dramatic comeback knockout of Michael Dunn back in 1991 that won him the middleweight championship. But Dunn was not the kind of power puncher that Roy Jones is.
You heard the advice to Jones in the corner, be a needle in a haystack. That's the way of the trainer telling him, get out of there, you got the fight won.
Gil, is it even possible that Tony deludes himself into believing that he's still got a shot at winning a decision here?
I would have to say the fighter, yes, but the trainer should know better. The trainer should be telling him, you need a knockout to win this fight.
Bill Miller hasn't said that at any point, has he?
No, he hasn't. He said, we need this 6 minutes. The 6 minutes won't do him any good, in my opinion, and on my scorecard. I think we're going to have an exciting 12th round. Again, Jones is killing the clock, not doing too much this round.
Butting an inside left against Tony's head there. Tony putting in the body work on the ropes, but it's probably too little too late. Crowd begins to try to lift the champion. Well, this goes to show you that James has built a following in his 3 years as a world champion.
Or there are a lot of people who bet on him. Jones nailed Tony with a solid left hook.
And Tony wobbles just slightly against the ropes again.
Look how calm Jones is in there. Sending range fighters, then hard punches. He's doing it all.
Watch it. Come on.
You're tempted to say, Larry, that for a decision to be taken away from Roy Jones here, it would almost have to be the Olympics.
Now, if this was taken away from Roy Jones, it would be worse than the Olympics. He may have been a little tired before Jones, but he's got a second win. He's right back in there now.
And still, James Toни showing none of the desperation-style commitment that we all think would be necessary for him to salvage the fight.
I got to have these last. I got to have it, James. We need it. We need this here. I got to have this here. We need it. There's no more tomorrow. Okay, Bob. This is it. On your head.
Okay? I want you to touch him, put them 3 and 4 point combinations on him and go.
On your head. I'm on your head.
He wants, let me talk.
And final round.
Okay? Roy, listen to me. Don't give him a chance. Don't give him a chance to take nothing, okay? Good.
Oh, take that piece of ice over there, Bill. Okay.
Go get him. Give it to me. Give it to me.
In the corner of the undefeated champion with the best record of any undefeated world titleist in the sport, there was silence for the last 20 seconds of that 1-minute break between rounds. Nobody said to James, you must have a knockout to win the fight. So now here comes Tony with his last 3 minutes to try to get something done against aspiring super middleweight champion Roy Jones.
Tony just takes so long to get off. He allowed Jones to escape. He's feinting. What is he waiting for?
Keep him up, punch to get out of this.
Good solid body punches by Jones.
Smart stuff.
Keep him in front.
At what point, Gil, does Jones simply try to stay away?
Well, the way they told him in the corner, that don't take any chances, but throw some good solid punches. I mean, I know if I was in his corner, I'd be saying, they just kill the clock, you got the fight won. I didn't do that too often, but when the guy's this far ahead, why take any kind of chance?
Punch to the brakes. Come back.
I used to always tell my fighters, you have to win the last round, especially if you're near the guy's hometown.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have told Jones tonight that he had to win this last round, would you?
No, I would not have. As they say, he's, in my opinion, there's no way they could take it away from him.
It's been a spectacular display by Roy Jones. He continues to step in and fire the left hook from time to time. And Tony simply not busy enough to be building toward the climax he needs.
He just can't get off. The movement has been puzzling him all night long. Big right hand by Jones.
Right on the button. 1 minute to go.
Big left hook by Jones.
Yet another one.
Right.
And these are solid punches, which means that Tony has to have a chin of granite.
Punch to get out of there. Break.
The sand is running out of the clock for James Toни.
More than 6 years ago, Roy Jones Jr. was victimized by what most observers called the worst decision in the history of amateur boxing. It robbed him of an expected gold medal at the Olympic Games in Seoul in 1988. He's waited all this time to regain center stage. And now tonight, in the biggest fight of his career, against a man regarded by many as the most skilled champion in the sport, Roy Jones has been every bit as dominant as he was that day in Korea so long ago.
Given the kind of fighter that James Toни has been over the last year and a half, that's just a terrific performance by Roy Jones.
Yes, it is. And, you know, we had mentioned about putting on all that weight, and I was told that he had done that in quite a few fights, but that eventually has to catch up with you, Larry. I don't think that James Toни was on top of his game tonight. I know Jones was great, but Toни was not Toни tonight.
Yeah, but I'm in Larry's corner on this one. Let's not harp on that too much, because any harping on it takes away from a spectacular performance by Roy Jones, which, in my view, and maybe in yours, Gil, answered just about every remaining question about it.
I thought he was absolutely great tonight. Again, he's a very unorthodox fighter. He does things his own way. I don't think he even knows what he's going to do, but boy, it's effective.
The fight plan for Jones was for a lot of power shots and very few jabs. He followed it to a T. Let's go to the ring announcer, Michael Buffer, for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the Em-Ji-Em Grand of Las Vegas, we go to the scorecards. John Stewart scores the bout, 119 to 108. Glenn Hamada scores it, 117 to 110. And Jerry Roth has it, 118 to 109 for the winner by unanimous decision. And new super middleweight champion of the world,